I've been doing a lot of thinking about time, age, chronology, the never-ending falling sand of the hourglass. This led me to conduct a little thought experiment on myself. I encourage you to do the same for yourself. Imagine your 90-year-old self suddenly wakes up in your 37-year-old body. You understand that you just won more than the biggest lottery in history. You got 53 years back. There is no dollar value that could even come close to that. Would you give $100,000 for those years? $1 million? $1 trillion? You realize you have a fresh start, an opportunity to right all your wrongs. You get to really live the way you wanted to, instead of maybe the way you did, according to everyone else's rules and weighed down by the now irrelevant, crushing life obligations. You'd probably realize very quickly that those obligations that caused you so much stress throughout life were so nothing. They were so fleeting. They passed into forgotten memory quickly. Running from one event to the next equated to unfulfilled years spent chasing things that, in the end, meant nothing to you. Maybe I'd realize that I didn't have to wait to be happy, to feel fulfilled, to enjoy the days. We spend so much of our now life looking forward to that time, that day in the future when all is well, when there are no more overwhelming obligations. You know, if I can just reach this dollar amount in my bank account, if I can only have this type of car, if I can just move out into that cabin in the mountains, if I have all of my life things in order, then I'll be happy. Then I can relax and feel content. It's the same with looking forward to a vacation away. Why do we wait till we get away to enjoy the days? So essentially, we only get to feel joy a couple weeks out of the year. And honestly, if we're paying attention, we're stressed out and future focused even in the midst of a vacation. Why not build a life you don't need a vacation from? Why not find enjoyment in the moments of everyday life? I would hope I had this proper perspective nailed down if I was given a restart, to go back a half century. Also, I think we'd look at mistakes differently. I think we're all guilty of clinging to a mistake just because we spent a lot of time making it. You thought something would turn out a certain way, it didn't. Okay, start over. I think I've learned enough over the years, and surely by the time I was 90, that I don't need to hold on to old ways of being simply because I've spent so much time being that way. Move in a different direction. Let that old path fade away, no matter how much time you spent developing it. Is it worse to let it go as wasted time, and hopefully a lesson, or to keep wasting time and making yourself even more miserable by the day? It's a terrible cycle that most of us are caught in. Would we continue in that cycle if we were given a new start? So as you wake up with 53 years gifted back to you, you'd have at your disposal a lifetime of wisdom, focus, and clarity about what truly matters. There's a lot to consider with this scenario. Here's what I hope I'd do differently. Perhaps it's similar for you. I break this down into 3 different parts. First is my overarching perspective on the Big 7. So, major areas of life to be adjusted and properly focused if given a do-over, which we can do at any time, by the way. Second is a dedicated week-to-week structure or framework to better align with those Big 7. Essentially, it's a way to turn the concepts into real-life action, a personal to-do list to start erasing those regrets that have built up over the years. Third, I give you an action plan tracker. So turn the to-dos into a real checklist to keep you on track. So we aren't simply thinking big thoughts about this stuff. We're actually changing actions, habits, and behaviors to align with the focus areas we've each identified as important to us. Important enough to do them better if given a redo. Number 1, prioritize relationships over achievements. You might realize that career accolades, money, or possessions mean little without meaningful relationships. You'd probably call loved ones more often, apologize, forgive, and reconnect with people you've lost touch with. Spend quality time with your children, parents, spouse, or friends without distractions. Number 2, take care of your body like it's the only one you'll get. With the aches and limitations of old age fresh in your memory, you'd likely exercise regularly, not for vanity, but for mobility and energy. Eat in a way that sustains your long-term health. And sleep well, avoid excess, and quit harmful habits. Number 3, live boldly and stop waiting. You'd understand how quickly life passes and how precious time really is. So you'd stop procrastinating on dreams or big changes. Take risks you were too afraid to try before, starting that business, writing the book, traveling alone. Say what you truly feel without fear of judgment. Number 4, be kinder, including to yourself. At 90 years old, you'd likely have made peace with your imperfections and realized most people are too busy with their own insecurities to judge yours. Self-compassion is more powerful than self-criticism, and acts of kindness ripple much further than you ever realized. Number 5, let go of grudges and petty worries. You'd see how much energy was wasted on things that don't matter and wish you had let go of resentment sooner, worried less about what others thought, and focused more on the big picture. Number 6, invest in experiences, not stuff. Your older self would remember moments, not things, so you'd travel more, learn new skills, and embrace curiosity and be present, savoring small joys like sunsets, laughter, or a quiet morning. And number 7, use your time with intention. Time would no longer feel infinite, so you might be more selective with commitments and people. Spend less time on autopilot or digital distractions and live according to your values, not others' expectations. So my final thought on the Big 7, you'd probably realize that regret doesn't come from failing, it comes from not trying. And now that you're 37 again, you have time. Not infinite time, but enough to change course, to begin again, or simply to savor life more deeply. Great, now let's turn that insight into a simple, actionable plan. Here's a week-by-week structure you can follow to begin aligning your life with the perspective of your 90-year-old self. The goal is not a total overhaul overnight, but to start living with intention and clarity. Week 1, clarity and audit. The goal is to understand what truly matters and where you are now. So here's the tasks. Number 1, write a legacy letter. Imagine you're 90 years old. What do you want to say about your life? What are you proud of? What do you regret? Number 2, life audit. Rate from 1 to 10 your health, relationships, purpose, finances, joy, and growth. What areas need your attention? What feels neglected or unfulfilling? And number 3, remove one energy drain. Unfollow a toxic social media account. Say no to an obligation or cancel a pointless subscription. Week 2, relationships. So the goal here is to nurture or repair meaningful life connections. The tasks are 1, call or meet 1 to 2 important people you haven't talked to in a while. Number 2, send a letter or a text of gratitude or apology to someone. Start a reconnection. Number 3, plan 1 no phones quality time activity with a loved one this week. Week 3, this is your health reset. The goal is to care for your body like it's the vehicle for the next 50 years. The tasks are number 1, start a basic movement routine, even just 20 minutes a day of walking or stretching. Number 2, fix 1 meal a day, meaning make it better. So reduce sugar or processed food and add 1 vegetable. Number 3, schedule any overdue medical or dental appointments. Okay, week 4 is focused on courage and dreams. The goal is to take a risk or act on a passion. The tasks could include, number 1, name 1 thing you've always wanted to do but haven't. and why not? Number 2, take one small step. Book the class. Create the channel. Tell someone your idea. Number 3, write down 3 rules you're ready to break that have held you back. Excuses like, I'm too old, I need permission, it has to be perfect, etc. Okay, beyond the 4 weeks, you've got some ongoing habits that we can build after that. So 1, how about a weekly reflection? What energized or drained me this week? Number 2, daily 10 minutes of stillness. So like meditation, journaling, or just sitting quietly. And number 3, 1 act of kindness per week with no expectation. Alrighty then, now that we have the framework laid out, let's build a printable, physical checklist to help keep you on track, to be accountable to yourself. Let me walk you through the 4-week life reboot tracker. It's a guide you can use to focus your weekly goals, reflections, and actions. And you'll notice that they align with the 4-week reset that we just talked about. So week 1, again, focuses on clarity and audit. So we talked about the tasks, writing a legacy letter, the future you at 90, rating your life areas 1 to 10, so health, purpose, and joy, etc. And then identifying 1 energy drain to remove. So you can mark them as complete and then add any notes, thoughts that came to mind as completing those things. So this is week 1. Week 2, again, is relationships. So the tasks were to reconnect with 1 meaningful person, send a gratitude or apology message, and then plan a no-phone quality time moment. And again, you mark them off as complete or not, with some corresponding notes. Week 3 is the health reset. So did you move your body at least 20 minutes a day, and then you can track it? Did you improve 1 meal each day, like adding veggies or reducing junk? And then 3, did you schedule your overdue health check or dental visit? And you can mark those off, and then in the notes you can say which days, and then for meals, which ones. It'll just kind of help keep you on track. Week 4 is courage and dreams, and the tasks were to name a dream that you've ignored or delayed, and then taking a small step toward it, and identifying 3 limiting beliefs to challenge. And then you mark them off as complete. And again, the notes here are important because it can help shape how you approach it the next time. And then finally, we have the ongoing weekly reflection, like I mentioned earlier. You can use this each Sunday or whatever you consider the end of the week, and you can just write down real quick. Don't make this too complicated. Just identify what gave you energy this week, what drained you, and then what's 1 thing that you'd like to improve for the next week. If you can do this over time, over a few months, I think you'll be able to see some significant changes. So there it is, how I'd approach life if given 53 years back. I think you've probably picked up what I'm putting down, that we don't have to wait for some miracle time shift reset to make ourselves better. We have time right now to fix the things we feel could be better. Don't wait till you really are 90 and wish that you could go back and do it over. That will likely never be a reality. But you are really here at this place and time now, and you can make changes. Don't just sit around waiting for the regret to come. Take control of your life while you still have time. Approach every morning like you were just given 53 years back.